Hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I am a regular dude walking in the Word. We're going through Genesis chapter 40. This is the last episode we're doing on chapter 40 of Genesis today. So we're concluding chapter 40. And this is really dealing with when Joseph is in prison and he meets the cupbearer and the baker. And then both of those guys have dreams. And today you're going to see he interprets the dreams. We talked about yesterday how Joseph was focused not on himself like we would be, okay, but he was focused on them. He noticed how they were feeling, okay, and then he got involved with them too, okay, and said, "Tell me your dreams," okay. So we're going to continue on today, and you're going to see at the end it like gives you hope, like, hey, maybe Joseph will get out of here. But the title of today's lesson here is this: not yet. It gets so close, and it's like, Joseph is going to get out. Not yet. It's going to be 2 more years he's going to be in that prison after today's events. So let's read here today. We're reading from Genesis 40, verses 9 through 23 today. Okay? It says this: So the chief cupbearer told Joseph his dream. He said to him, "In my dream I saw a vine in front of me. And the vine were 3 branches. As soon as it budded, it blossomed, and its clusters ripened into grapes. Pharaoh's cup was in my hand, and I took the grapes, squeezed them into Pharaoh's cup, and put the cup in my hands." Okay, notice here, we talked about this last time, too. These 2 guys, the cupbearer and the baker, were both, they were servants of Pharaoh, but they were also like kind of a secret service agent, and they were there to protect the king too, okay? And that meant not only tasting the wine, okay, but it meant going through the whole process, you might say the chain of custody of how that wine was made, to make sure there was no poison put in any time as it was being made. And it'd be the same way with the baker, he would be involved in the process of making sure everything was right, and not just show up and go, hey, I took a bite of your bread. It's okay. Here, have some. No, it's more than that. Okay. So here you can see from what we just read, the cupbearer was in his dream here. He's involved with the whole thing of the wine. Okay. He sees the branches, and they're budding and they're blossoming, and then, the grapes, and he squeezes them into Pharaoh's cup. So the chain of custody, it never leaves his eyes. Okay, he's there to watch it. So, interesting thing here. It's not going to be that way with the other guy, though. Verse 12, "This is what it means," Joseph said to him. "The 3 branches are 3 days. Within 3 days, Pharaoh will lift up your head and restore you to your position, and will put Pharaoh's cup in your hand, just as you used to do when you were his cupbearer. But when all goes well with you, remember me and show me kindness, and mention me to Pharaoh, and get me out of this prison. I was forcibly carried off from the land of the Hebrews. Even here I have done nothing to deserve being put in this dungeon." Okay? So Joseph interprets the dream, and he says, hey, by the way, when you get out of here, which I know you're going to get out of here, can you mention me to the Pharaoh? Because I don't deserve to be here. I'm an innocent guy, okay? All right, so let's keep reading here. Verse 16, "When the chief baker saw that Joseph had given a favorable interpretation, he said to Joseph, 'I too had a dream. On my head were 3 baskets of bread. In the top basket were all kinds of baked goods for the Pharaoh, but the birds were eating them out of the basket on my head.'" Okay? Wow. So the chain of custody is really broken here. Okay? There's just bread that appears on his head. Okay? So we don't know how it got there. And then the birds come, which is kind of foreshadowing evil. Okay? It's never, when the birds come, even when Jesus talks about it, it's never like a good thing, like the birds came and ate that. No. So this is symbolic that the birds come, and it's like, birds are coming, watch out. So that chain of custody is broken. So poison or whatever could get in and defile that bread someplace along the line because this baker wasn't watching the whole time. Okay, so verse 18, this is what it means, Joseph said. The 3 baskets are 3 days. Within 3 days, Pharaoh will lift off your head and impale your body on a pole, and the birds will eat away your flesh. Wow. That's just telling it like it is there. All right. Verse 20, now the 3rd day was Pharaoh's birthday, and he gave a great feast for all his officials. He lifted up the heads of the chief cupbearer and the chief baker in the presence of his officials. He restored the chief cupbearer to his position so that he once again put the cup in Pharaoh's hand. But he impaled the chief baker just as Joseph had said to them in his interpretation. The chief cupbearer, however, did not remember Joseph. He forgot him. Okay. The thing here, it's interesting the way things worked out here, but at the end, what I want us to see is you're reading along and you're going, all right, Joseph is going to get out of prison here because he interpreted this dream and it's all coming true. You got to read like the next verse of the next chapter. And let me give you a little hint here of what it says. When 2 full years had passed, Pharaoh had a dream. Okay, so it's like 2 years. That's more like 2 Christmases, 2 Thanksgivings, 2 Halloweens, 2 4th of Julys, all that year later. And of course, I know there wasn't 4th of July and Christmas and stuff back in Egypt. But all those, it was 2 full years that took place after this, okay? So you're getting all primed like, I'm getting out of here. But God still had other plans for him in the prison, okay? He was prepared. God, the whole story of Joseph is God preparing Joseph, for his plan. It's God's plan. It's not Joseph's plan, okay? It's God's plan. And so we have to remember that. And so the title of today, it's not yet, okay? It looks like this is it, but it's not. It's not yet, okay? So we have to wait. We got to follow God's plan. Not my plan, not Joseph's plan, but God's plan. Thanks for watching. I'm a regular dude walking in the Word, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we continue our journey through Genesis. Lord's blessing. I'll see you then.